Let's come to the next topic, applications of an embedded system. Up to now, we'll learn about of what is an embedded system and what are the components that we have in embedded systems like sensors, actuators and intelligence, and to perform the robust performance. Now we are going to have which area embedded systems are going to be using. You might be familiar, but you might not know those particular elements or components are working based on embedded system. Let's have a look over here itself. First one is household applications. Second one is telecommunications. Third one is medical equipments. And fourth one is industrial control. And last one is consumer products. These are only major application areas. Let's start with household applications. So this is a perfect example of home automation system. So for example, this is fridge sensor. So what is the use with fridge sensor? For example, if we are continuously switch on the fridge, it will have more number of ice in the fridge. So it is not having that much of space to clear the entire AC. Entire refrigerator. So for that, if I'll get an indication, I'll use this one. If I'll press this button, then the entire ice which is available in defrigerator are going to be defresher, and you will get that entire ice as water in your tubs. Next one is door and window protection. How it will be useful for door and window protection. So door, have you observed any time some of the advanced hotels or 5-star hotels, you might be aware, so if the door is going to be closed, it is automatically getting locked. So for example, I'll just close one door, but I did not yet locked. After getting 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, depends on the clock that which has fixed by ourselves. For example, I have fixed for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Once door is closed, after up to 3 minutes, I did not perform any action on the door. Means I didn't open it, I didn't close it, even I didn't lock it also. But after getting 5 minutes, it's automatically going to be locked. Once it is locked, you need to open, then you need to provide one code, or you need to provide the lock, or you need to provide the password, or you need to provide your iCard. Depends on which protection system is best for us, we have to choose. Next one is carbon monoxide detectors. If carbon monoxide is going to be increased in your house, then obviously the entire house oxygen levels are going to be reduced. Then automatically you will get a problem to take a breath also. For that, these sensors will be used. If this particular sensor is going to be buzzer, means in your entire house is getting more number of or more quantity of carbon monoxide. Then you need to open your doors, or you need to open your, switch on your ventilator systems, and then entire carbon monoxide will go out, and then as usual we can live our lives. Next one is personal emergency. It's just like watch, wristwatch, which has been fixed to our hand itself only. But still, if our heartbeat is getting reduced from 72 to 65 or 63, means the oxygen levels which are available with my body is going to be reducing. So immediately I need a medical care. For that particular purpose, this watch is going to be indicating your oxygen levels are going to be reducing gradually. Before going to some particular minimum level, please provide me the pure oxygen levels. At the same time, This is motion detectors. For example, we people may went for some outstation visiting or else went to some relative's house to attend one function. We closed the entire house, but still we are maintaining motion detectors. So for example, there may be a chance to get robbed by someone robbed our house. So in that particular criteria, any one of the person is going to be moved in front of the camera, then obviously that particular camera will take a snapshot. There is no need of any human interference to operate this particular detectors. These detectors will only give indication that some person will move in front of me. Means no one is there because we are not here, we will get alert in our mobiles. Then immediately by informing the nearest police stations, we can secure our houses. Next one is smoke and heat sensors. Means in most of the super specialty hospitals and 5-star hotels, every buildings it must consisting. Same as I'll use in my home itself also. Because of, for example, somewhere somehow I just burned one paper or one cloth. I'll just fire it up with my matches and I'll just make it as burnt. Then obviously by burning the cloth, some smoke will induce. That smoke will be introduced or identified by that sensors. When this particular sensor is going to identify that smoke, then immediately it will buzzer it up. Then we need to identify buzzer is coming means some smoke or some heat has to be initiated in our home. For that basis, we need to take corresponding precautions. Next, keychain touchpad. Most of our cars having central locking systems. That's what it is. It seems to be like a keychain, but it is having a control systems of, we can lock the door, you can open the door, and some of the advanced cars having, by using this one only, you can open your roof of your car, or else you can close the roof of your car. The applications depends on how you will operate only. And last one is water sensors. Water sensors means, like, take example as a washing machine. When you put for 4 cloths, like 4 shirts or 4 pants or 4 blankets, corresponding water, have you go and put some water with your bucket? We are not giving any information, or else we are not giving any amount of water directly to the washing machine. Only we are giving sensors. This sensor will take care. For example, I am giving only 2 shirts to wash for one washing machine. Then immediately it will take the amount of water is, let's suppose it's 2 liters of water is enough to wash 2 shirts. For example, I have given 5 number of shirts. Then I would like to take, if I have 2 shirts, I may require 2 liters of water. If my shirts are 5, then I may go for 5 liters. But am I manually deciding that 5 liters water is sufficient for this? I am not giving any manual information to my washing machine that I am giving 5 shirts, you need to take 5 liters of water. But sensor will take care of that. That will be depends on how many clothes that you have. This is the reason why you can check your washing machines. If you put first cloths, initially it will take 1 round. First one complete rotation it will take, and it will calculate the weight of the clothes. Based on that weight, water has to be dumped into the tub. Once it's 2 cloths, 2 liters water is enough. The sensor will detect. Once the water quantity is getting equal to 2 liters, then it will stop to taking the input as water, and then it will start the procedure. Next one is telecommunications. This is our smartphone, which that we are using in our real-time regular life So nowadays it's getting a part of a body. So it's the back case, this is the frame, and this is battery, this is the antenna chip, and this is the antenna and electromagnetic waves conversion chip, and this is front panel, and this is accessories. These two are accessories, mic, and this one is a USB cable and loudspeaker also. So this entirely, when you comparing individual topics, first one is plastic case. Is it relevant to electronics? No. It is relevant to mechanical department. And this is metal case. Again, it is mechanical department. Let's come to here. This is your battery. Is it in a mechanical? No, it is electrical knowledge. And while coming to this board, it is electronic board. So when you are combinedly or collaboratively using mechanical systems for using the electronic system with the help of electrical systems, then this particular system is to be called as embedded system. That's what exactly we have learned in first slide. The definition is electronic or electromechanical system for one specific purpose. Then what is the purpose of this particular device? It's a smartphone. Whether it may be calls, or it may be messages, or it may be WhatsApp chat, or it may be Facebook chat, whatever it is, you are just using the entire device for communication purpose. Whatever the thoughts, or whatever your ideologies, or whatever your questions that you are directly communicating with some other ex-person or else your friend. That is the main purpose of this one. So it is one of the best example to know about of embedded systems. And next one is medical equipment. So up to now we have learned about of embedded systems in medical devices. But now we are going to choose medical equipments. Have you seen this picture? So one person having some problem and he is just lie on the door, lie on the road, and this robots will going to testing him. So what these people will do with him? So let's come to this. So here is a doctor. He will operate with the help of a sensors and actuators. He will give some commands to these robots. By using sensors, these robots will take the input and correspondingly sensor has to react. So whatever the task given by this particular doctor, that has to be executed by these robots. So for this, these particular system should consist sensors and actuators with IO subsystem help. So without having sensor, this particular system cannot receive any input from the doctor. If there is no actuators, it can't able to perform any action. It may receive the information through sensors, but it cannot perform any action by using that particular sensors. So a system which is having sensors, because it has to receive the information from the doctor. So it having sensors because it has to receive the information from the doctor. At the same time, it has to actuate, it should contain actuators also, because it has to perform the action corresponding the directions given by the doctor. For entirely communicating between sensors and actuators, we need intelligence, which is provided by using IO subsystem. Any one of the device having sensors, actuators, and intelligence. Intelligence is nothing but by using some IO subsystems, we will provide the intelligence and interference between sensors and actuators. Then this particular system is known as an embedded system. This is what it is. And next one is industrial applications. Industrial applications is nothing but consumer applications which are not used in our homes. For example, industrial robotics. This is medical robot, and here we are going to use industrial robots. What is the purpose of this one? This one reduce the manpower. Means, for example, 10 members are there, human beings. The entire work has to be executed by the robots. And if it is a human, they will work for 8 hours shift basis or else 10 hours. But if it is a robot, if you can charge and if you can calibrate to use the entire robot, it can work for 24 hours also. There is no objection for using 24 hours. Let's come to here. GPS receivers. Simply they will use in global positioning system receivers used in satellites or else in base stations, which are the signals sent by the satellite has to be received by the GPS receivers in substation. Means, for example, now check out the climate. It seems to be cyclone from last 3 days or 4 days. It may continue for 1 more 2 days also. How we came to know it will continue for 1 more 2 days also? Because satellite will take a picture of entire climate and it will send it to base station. Once the sending information has to be received by the base station, then base station will announce to the public to please take care of your things. The coming 3 days or 4 days are going to be, cyclone is going to be exist. For that particular information, GPS receivers will be helpful. Next one is digital cameras, DCs. What is the use of a digital camera? You can save the entire information whichever that you need. For example, you just have you went and met for your school friend or school classmate. So he or she may be your best buddy. You can't able to remember all the time that she might be close with you. But if you have a DC digital camera, you need to take a pic and that particular photograph has to be stored for years and years. There is memories. Those memories are to be stored by using digital cameras. Next one is DVD players. Why you are using DVD players? To play the movie or songs. Then what is the use of an embedded system over here? That is laser. We used to call it as lens. It has to read the data which is contained by this particular CD. Then only it will transfer the data through RF cable to display monitoring system. Either it may be TV or it may be your system monitor. So when you need to observe the data which is containing by this particular CD, either it may be photograph or it may be a movie or it may be a songs, whatever it may be, or it may be a document also, should be visible in monitors. Next one is wireless routers. Nowadays, most common thing is internet facility. Everyone, for example, out of 100, 70% of people having wireless routers. Means they have internet for their homes. I think you might observe when you ask for wireless router, internet, they'll put one set-top box in your home. It seems to be like this, having one aerial. And it having a knobs, 3 knobs or 4 or 5. Set-top box. So for this particular set-top box, like this we used to call it as set-top box. These set-top box consisting of 14 connections minimum, and maximum it may consisting around 90 or 88 I think. So around these 88 connections, for 88 connections, those network people will use one particular set-top box. But while it is coming to your home, each connection will go to your home. This is one home, home 1, home 2, home 3, and this is home 4. Different homes, and every individual home consisting by this wireless routers. One cable will come and connected over here, and remaining 3 will gives the output which is giving from this cable. and this will provide Wi-Fi section entire your house. So this is one of the router. And next one is set-top boxes, that what I have already explained. Next, gaming consoles. Most of the people are very familiar with the 3D games or else PUBG games. Nowadays you people are mostly playing now in your mobile smartphones. So same as gaming consoles will help any one of the student to monitor the display system and play the games. And photocopiers. How any one of the system is providing duplicate copies. You are just scanning only once, but still you are getting 100 number of copies at a time. How you are getting? Because you are using laser as scanner. Means here you are using one scanner. In that scanner you are using one laser as a scanner. Once scanner or else laser scans the entire information, that will be stored in temporary memory until and unless either power may lost or else manually we have to switch off the power for this. Only these two particular reasons only it will last the information. If not case, it will give the output and tell you whatever that is manually given by the copies. For example, I have given 100 copies. It will give 100 copies without any interruption. But if, for example, I have taken 50 copies, later on power lost. I have lost the power. What about the remaining 50? Is it will execute? No, again you have to scan, because once the power lost means you lost the entire temporary data which is available with temporary memory. And last one is microwave ovens. So you might be familiar with this. So most probably using for heat one food material. So having a summary. So what is the household applications that we are using up to now? What are the household applications up to now what we are using? Entire home automation systems. The sensors which we are using to execute any one of the household application, right? Next one is telecommunication. We are using with mobiles, right? Mobile. What are the components that mobile having? First one is sensors. Next one is actuators. Next one is intelligence. If any one of the component consisting of sensors, actuators and having intelligence with IO subsystem, we used to call it as embedded systems. And next one is medical equipments. Medical equipment means with an order, for example, one person having a problem and he came for a surgery. Usually that particular surgery, 7 number of doctors will take care. But because of an embedded system, no need of 7 doctors. 1 doctor is enough to operate that particular person and save his life. And next one is industrial control. Why we are using embedded systems in industrial control? First one is reduce the manpower, or else we used to call it as labor. At the same time, reduce the cost of expenditure. So if any one of a system which will reduces the manpower and which will reduce the cost of expenditure, then obviously the outcome is going to be increases drastically. And last one is consumer products, which we are using our regular life, like microwave oven, or mobile phones, or MP3 players, or CD player, entire comes under consumer products. Okay? So these are the questions that we have already learned about of. Define slide skip అయిపోయిందా అదే ఆలోచిస్తున్నాను ఏముందో అని. Define an embedded system having electronic and electromechanical system which will implement to execute one specific task. At the same time, this embedded system having hardware plus software, both are having. Next one is major application areas. Household applications, consumer electronics, medical equipment, so which you already learned. When you need to learn about a embedded system, you should be conscious with each and everything that you are presenting to create your innovative ideas. Whatever you are, just try. Without to try, don't ever lose your hope. So take an innovative ideas, have a trial with the help of embedded systems. It will help Arduino software and Arduino IDE. This is a software, this is a hardware board, and this will help you theoretically. So when you need to implement any one of your innovative idea, you need to know about of theoretically first. Once you know theoretically, then you need to know what is the hardware it is required. And once you know the specifications of hardware which that you need to implement this theoretical information, then you need to check software. Which is the software and how you are going to write a project code. Once the code is completely executed and you will get an output, means you will not get any errors. Then only you have to go to hardware to implement your theoretical knowledge. Because if you are having any error over here, still you are trying to implement with the help of a hardware, then hardware will get damaged. That's financially loss. At the same time, the implementation part will take some time also. That time also going to be killed. Nowadays, time and cost are most important parameters to execute any one system. Example, you are using one mobile. Why you people are not going to choose to purchase 1 GB RAM mobiles? Because 1 GB is going to be implement your tasks very slowly. For example, if it is 1 GB RAM, it will take minimum 0.1 seconds to implement your task. But if you increase this to 4 GB, then this will be 0.05 seconds. If you're still increasing this 4 GB to 8 GB RAM, then this will become 0.01 second. Means the RAM is going to be increasing simultaneously, the performance of system or your mobile is going to be increasing. That is the reason why most of the people are going to choose either 4 GB or 8 GB RAM mobiles. Thank you.